Focus up. I'm talking to you, AC. Another great show last night on the NGBN.TV network. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Pacific. You can watch AC Sports live on Facebook, YouTube, and the NGBN network. Welcome to episode 46. My name is Chris Rubio. You are now watching and or listening to the Rubio Method. We have a phenomenal, I know I say that word a lot, but I'm really telling you, this is a phenomenal show. It's right before Thanksgiving. It's pumping me up. We got a couple special guest stars coming on. Thanks for subscribing, everyone, on NGBN.TV, YouTube, Spotify video, Amazon, Google, and, of course, Apple. What do we have in-store? In-store, on-store? We're going to go in-store today. Tips to eating healthy during the holidays. Good God, we all need that. Do I miss Monaghan? My thoughts on Christmas lists. Is her name is Chastity a real person or AI? Dudes dying younger. The movie The Matrix. The government. Weddings. Overcoming major adversity. And all natural healing. All of that and much more on episode 46 of the Rubio Method. Her name is Chastity. I'm out. Focus up. I'm talking to you, all the teachers out there. You've got Thanksgiving break and you've got Christmas break in about a month. So I know, yes, you have a lot of time off, but this next month is going to be wild for you because the kids are going to be ramped up because they want to get out of the class. So Godspeed to all you teachers. Welcome back to episode 46 of the Rubio Method. Her name is Chastity. Can you bring out a special guest for us right now?
Let's go.
He is the man, the myth, the legend. This is not taped. We are actually seeing the greatness of Monaghan. I'm gonna show you a little video of how I felt a little bit later. But first, Monaghan, I'm so excited. I'm giving you virtual hug right now, just because number one, I love you to death, and number two, I want you to be safe. No, not yet, Chastity. We're coming back to second. Not yet. Okay, first we're gonna go to the minute with Chastity's even more excited than I am. I love it. Okay. Minute with Monaghan, go.
Yes, today you were just talking about it. It's holiday season, my favorite time of the year. It's the best. I mean, Ruby and I just send Christmas movies to each other left and right. It's the best. But one of the hardest parts is actually eating healthy during this season. So today I got 3 ways that you can eat healthy during this holiday season. Number 1, start with breakfast. That sounds wild and different, but make sure you're starting with breakfast because if you don't, you'll be snacking throughout the day and those guilty pleasures will come up on you and you'll have you'll be hungry and you'll just go after them. Number 2 is slow down. Slow down when you eat, right? And this is one that everybody usually knows, but it's a good reminder. Man, hey, have a conversation with someone while you eat. Don't plow through food as fast as you can because next thing you know, you're way too full because you ate way too fast and you just kept rolling. And third, last but not least, again, this is one you probably know, but portion control, right? Hey, you don't need that third piece of pie. I don't need it. We all don't need it. But go ahead and give some portion control. I promise you'll be full and happy with what you've got. If you're taking your time, you start out with breakfast and you've got your portion control, you're ready to go.
Monaghan, those are 3 fabulous tips, but they're very hard. Let me start with breakfast. I get that, but it's so hard when I'm starting with breakfast and I see like a pumpkin pie right there. Can I consider that my breakfast, or is that a bad move?
I would say that's a little bit tougher, but if that is your breakfast, stick with that. The one thing I always say is like a donut is probably not like, I feel like a donut's the same thing as a pumpkin pie, but we still have that for breakfast. So I would say get a little bit, maybe not every time of the week, but once in a while, that could be a little cheat meal.
Okay. And then slow down. That's hard, Monaghan. You've seen me eat. I eat like a beluga. I don't even chew. I throw it in my mouth, chew twice, and then just swallow. It's almost pretty entertaining to watch. And the third one, portion control. This one is so hard, Monaghan, especially when you get the whole feast out there. Now, it's easier for me, except for when I get to the desserts, because you know how much I despise turkey and the whole Thanksgiving meal. It's trash. We've had this argument several times on Decades, the other show that I host on the NGBN.TV network. But Monaghan, these are great. Let's go to questions from emails coming in to rubio@therubiomethod.com. The first question is from Tiffany in Montreal. I don't know if that's near where our guest is from. Rubio, do you miss having Monaghan on the show? Well, I'm one with words, I will admit. I have the gift of gab, but even this gets me a little choked up. And I was thinking, what can I say? What can I say? And you know what I said? There's a video that perfectly encapsulates. Is that a word? Yeah. Shows, feels, talks about what I'm feeling right now. Do I miss Monaghan? I'm going to be the one on the left. Monaghan's going to be the one on the right. All right. Chastity, please play the video of how I feel.
We need you. Hell, I need you. I'm a mess without you. I miss you so damn much. I miss being with you. I miss being near you. I miss your laugh. I miss your scent. I miss your musk.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love that.
For those that are not watching on YouTube or Spotify video, that was a clip from the great Anchorman. And Monaghan, that's how I felt, man. I missed you. I missed your musk.
I miss your musk. Hell, I missed you, man.
So, Tiffany, yes, I did miss Monaghan. We're going to have a great show. Let's go to the second one. For both of you, Maria in La Puente. La Puente, that's near where I grew up. What are your thoughts on Christmas lists? Monaghan, you go first on this one.
Yes. First, I have to answer your question. Montreal is actually on the other side of Canada, where our guest is from. Yeah, I figured I'd help out there. But Christmas lists, I am out on Christmas lists. It's like, hey, you know me, get what you think I'd like, and send me a receipt when you do it in case it's My wife, on the other hand, listen to this. She is all about the Christmas list, and if I ever deviate from that Christmas list, it's trouble. It's trouble. Rubio, it sounds like you're on that same boat.
Oh, I'm 100% in with Christmas lists. I provide a Christmas list. I want Christmas lists. Let's take the mystery out of it. You leave the mystery in there, and then you're worried about giving the wrong gift. And like you said, the gift receipt. If you give me a list of 30 things. I'm not going to get you 30, but give me a list of 30 things. So therefore, I know, okay, this is a definite strike. I got it. We can do this. This is a home run. No doubt about it. So who was it? Maria? I'm all about Christmas lists. I'm all about them. I still make one. My wife gets pissed at me, but I still make it. I don't care. I'm into it. And last question. This is actually a question that I get quite often. Is chastity a real person or AI? From Francine in Scottsdale, Arizona. Well, here's the thing. The way I met Chastity, she is a real person. She's not an AI. We were filming the show Decades on the NGBN.TV network. And we're filming it, and she's coming in the back, and she's basically, there's 6 dudes on this screen, and she wants to start to learn how to edit and produce and all this stuff, because Sub 60 Ed does all that. And there's all these guys, and she introduces herself as her name is Chastity. And everyone just is kind of polite, doing their thing. Oh, hey, how's it going, Chastity? And it finally gets to me to introduce myself. And I look directly into the camera, basically right at Chastity. I go, is no one going to bring up the elephant in the room here? And they're like, what are you talking about? I go, her name is Chastity. And they said, what do you mean? Chastity, can you play the clip from the Wedding Crashers?
It takes us to frequent flyer models. We're flying.
Those are mine.
I want them.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to split them right down the middle. How'd that be, Mr. Kroger?
It would be not good at all. I earned those miles.
Yeah, you earned them flying to Denver to meet your whore.
Oh, Lord.
Well, she's not afraid to express herself sexually, if that's what you mean.
She is a stripper, for God's sake.
She is not.
Her name is Chastity. She is white trash. Same as you. Hillbilly.
That's it. Go comatose for me, baby.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
So her name is Chastity. I don't believe she's a stripper. I don't believe she's white trash, but she is a real person. She's phenomenal. She handles all my administrative assistant work. She's phenomenal. She's from Greenbow, Alabama. I don't know if that's a real city, but that's where I say she's from. So if you have any questions for me, Monaghan, or her name is Chastity, you can email Rubio at therubiomethod.com. We're going to come back from a great visit from the doc on kind of a sad study, but her name is Chastity. I'm out.
Attention, gentlemen of distinction. Introducing NGBN.TV, the television network designed exclusively for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Your go-to destination for entertainment that speaks to you, inspires you, and celebrates the incredible journey of manhood. And here's the exciting news. NGBN.TV is coming to Roku, Apple TV, Amazon, and your favorite mobile devices. Whether you're a sports enthusiast, seeking self-improvement, or just looking for a good laugh, NGBN.TV has got you covered. Entertainment, inspiration, brotherhood. Coming soon to Roku, Apple TV, Amazon, and mobile devices. NGBN.TV, where men thrive.
Focus up. I'm talking to all the residents of Letterkenny. If you do not know what Letterkenny is, it's a great show on the Hulu network. Last time I gave you a shout out for Shoresy. This time it's Letterkenny. Watch it on Hulu. Very rough around the edges, but extremely funny. Let's see what Doc Hogan has to say.
Rubio, I've some bad news for men like you and me. According to JAMA Internal Medicine, a recent study has shown that, well, something first off that we already know. Men die earlier than women. Not huge news. However, since the pandemic, since in around 2019 more so, and 20, we're having an increase in the gap between the years that men die and women die. It's now on average 5.8 years. In 2010, it was 4.8 years. They put this down, according to the research, to things like the pandemic, where men really suffered a lot, and it's not often spoken about, if ever, opioids, abuse, and suicide. Believe it or not.
All right, Monaghan, what the hell do you think about that study from Doc? I mean, that is wild. We're dudes. I mean, I know we're usually dying younger because of stress, and we're basically idiots where you see like a guy riding back on a motorcycle or doing a flip off a donkey or something like that. What are your thoughts on what the doc was saying?
Yeah, the main thought that comes to mind is, this is why we're doing this, right? We're giving men a place to communicate. I feel like a lot of those issues, like Doc was talking about, the drug use or substance abuse is coming from a place of lack of communication to friends or being able to trust people. So there's a lot of numbing factors to when it comes to those stressors. So it's tough, and I think we need to just continue to talk about how men can talk to each other through their tough times.
Yeah, and also the fact of he was talking about how right about the pandemic it started hitting more. That has to do a lot to the overall stress of a lot of guys couldn't work, or they weren't allowed to go to work, because they weren't essential, or they didn't get the Rona vaccine, and they said, hey, you can't come to work for us, like they did with the Army and all the military. But now they're saying, oh, you can come back, and you don't have to be vaccinated. So yeah, the amount of stress. But like Monaghan makes a great point. Just talk to someone. Talk to us. You have our email. We'll talk to you. I guarantee it. We're wide open. Monaghan's got a busier schedule than I do right now, saving the lives in Minneapolis. But it's one of those things that we're always open. Someone's open to talk to you. You can email Rubio at therubiomethod.com, or you can just go on ngbn.tv, and I know someone there will speak to you as well. All right, let's get to our guest. Chastity, go ahead and bring out the great Guy. I'm going to try to pronounce his name. It's Guillaume Poirier or something like that. Guy, just say it for me one time, man. I'm terrible with names.
Guillaume Poirier.
Guillaume Poirier.
Yes.
Maya, can you say that?
I cannot. So that was like a musician saying a word.
It's it's the French language. Even though I think he's speaking English, is it romantic? Is that the word I'm looking for?
I think
it's
it is.
Kind of
Are you French Canadian?
Yeah, I'm French Canadian. Yeah. It's
and you live out in BC,
right?
It's sultry, but it's so beyond. Like I don't think I even have the ability to do it. Monaghan, you're more. I don't want to say feminine, but you're more gentle than I am. So I feel like you could do it. I just don't think I can do it. Or do burly guys speak like that, Guy?
Well, I hope so, because I don't want to be the only one.
Well, no, I mean you're in the land of the French Canadians. I'm assuming everyone out there speaks that language.
No, man, I haven't been around other French people in a long time. They're all on the other side of the country.
So you're just above me, right?
Yeah, like 3.5 hours from you. I know where you live, Rubio.
Okay, Monaghan, you've never been over this way. You just go up north where you are.
Yeah, Manitoba is what's above me.
Okay. We got to skew it off. Who is Guy? Guy is a community leader, educator, and aspiring healer. Host of Tripping Through Transformation podcast on the NGBN.TV network, lives in British Columbia and has 2 daughters. Welcome, Guy. We're very excited. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Rubio. Thanks for having me on the show. And
Now-
Monaghan, nice to finally meet you.
Let's go.
Yeah, Monahan's back and we're ready. All right, quick hitters. Guy, one of your favorite movies is The Matrix. Absolute phenomenal movie. My question for you is, we're in The Matrix right now. Would you take the blue pill or the red pill? The blue pill keeps everything the same. The red pill opens your mind to where you know exactly what everything's going on in the world, the corruption, the good, the bad. Which one you taking?
Yeah, no, red pill 100%. Yeah.
Ooh, that fast. Monahan, what about you?
Ignorance is bliss, my baby.
I knew you were blue pill right out of the get. That's a neon blue pill for you, Monahan.
Hey, keep it moving. Keep it moving.
I'm on the train. Don't get on the tracks, Daddy. Okay, I knew that. All right, Guy, number 2. You know I can't stand the whole Thanksgiving meal stuff, blah, blah, blah. What is your favorite part about Thanksgiving meal? Do you guys have Canadian Thanksgiving? Is Thanksgiving a thing up there?
Oh, yeah, we already had ours.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah,
what's your
we had-
favorite part? What's your favorite part of the meal?
The end when you get to just sit down and relax.
Monahan, same question for you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So mine is that there's no expectations. The only expectation is try and get really fat and watch as much football as possible and maybe talk to a relative or two. No expectations. Let it rain. Love it.
Oh, so you're saying like you don't have to go buy gifts, you don't have to get dressed up.
Yeah, come as you are and just get loaded on food. Oh, yeah.
I'm okay. Guy, what's your outfit for Thanksgiving? Are you going full sweats? Are you embracing the inner fat guy in you?
There's no outfit. It's whatever I throw on that morning, man. If I'm coming home from work, I'm wearing work clothes. If I'm getting out of bed, I'm wearing pajamas. Come on, it's Thanksgiving.
I can see Monahan fully prepping. Like you go pregnancy women's pants where they have the little stomach extension like the Joey and Friends.
Oh, yeah. We're not, hey, nothing's tight on Thanksgiving.
Monahan's coming in with the eye black, wrist taped up.
Hey, we're ready to go to war, baby.
Monahan, I heard Guy say something about a week ago, and I said, I'm putting this as one of the questions because you're going to be blown away by this, as I was, and we're going to have to fix this issue with Guy. Guy, is it true that you've never been to a wedding?
Never been to a wedding. Yeah, no, that's true.
Monahan, now it's a given that you and I would absolutely crush the wedding scene. Okay, I mean, we end up taking over. Very similar to the opening scene in Wedding Crashers. It's just a given. How do we get Guy to a wedding? I mean, we got to make it happen.
I mean, I'm just saying, find your local wedding venue and just show up in a suit with a card. In you go and enjoy yourself. Or just, I don't know, make some friends that are engaged and let it rain.
Yeah, I mean, Guy, how have you missed out going on weddings? Because how old are you right now?
39.
39. So, okay, the mid-20s, everyone usually goes through, everyone's getting married. Okay, and then by late 30s, early 40s, not most, let's say a third or 50% of those couples have been divorced, and now they're on their second weddings. So, Guy, you're coming on the second wave of weddings here. We need to get you out there, man. I mean, you want to eat that mass-produced banquet chicken. You just want to get out there.
Yeah, no, you're just really highlighting that I've got no friends. So maybe,
You've got 2 friends in us. So we're going to make this happen. Monahan, you're up in Canada every once in a while. You got to start checking out the Canadian wedding circuit so we can make Guy out of it. We got to get a GoPro on him. I want to see what it's like. If it's like a newborn deer on ice, is he like looking at headlights? I mean, this is, I'm adamant about this. I need it to happen.
And fast.
All right, Guy, let's get to the serious part. I'm going to hit hard right out of the gate, but then we're going to come make it a little bit easier after that. Guy, I was looking through your bio and all that stuff. I want to know, how the hell did you keep going when you've gone through this? You've lost a home to a wildfire, 2-year custody battle, a sudden end to an engagement, and you deal with a crippling disease. I want you to tell me how you get through that, because I read that. Monahan's hearing it right now, and I'm like blown away. Like it exhausts me. How do you do it, man? Or how did you do it?
I honestly don't know. Sometimes, you just got to push through. I think for me, it was just the fact that I'm a father to 2 daughters and quitting's not an option. Like, they depend on me. I just have to grind it out and hope for the best and come out on the other side better. That's really the best answer I can give you. I don't know.
And Monaghan, you would understand that now that you have Jed, because you're not just living for yourself like he says. It's one of those where you literally have to. It's not an option of, I'm just going to tap out.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, my dad once told me, he's like, as soon as you have kids, it's all over. It's all about them. Certainly it's not. Make sure you keep your hobbies, things like that. But like your focus on what you do is on the kids. Exactly.
Dee, what happened to your house? I mean, do you live like in a forest or what happened here?
Well, yeah, I mean, Fort McMurray, where I lived at the time, it's kind of isolated in the middle of the bush. And yeah, we had wildfires and the fire just swept through the whole town. I never thought it was going to make it on my side, but it did.
That is rough. I don't like that at all. Guy, I want you to talk to me about tripping through transformation. I mean, I'm tripping just looking at your lights right now. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if you're on some sort of psychedelics as we speak, which would make it even better at a wedding. Monaghan could confirm. But tell me about your podcast. What is it about?
Well, it's in the title, Tripping Through Transformation. You know, I'm still figuring that out. Really, it's about my journey. It's about personal development. It's about resilience, community, and supporting other people, and a little touch of psychedelic. I mean, I believe in alternative medicine and things like that. So I haven't touched that subject yet, but it's coming.
Well, it's going to come right now. Monaghan, what are your thoughts on psychedelics, or just if we were going to ask you, like natural medicines as opposed to unnatural medicines?
Man, I don't know. I actually don't really have too much experience in the field. So to be honest, haven't really put too much thought to it.
Monaghan, let's be honest. I don't think you need any help getting through life. I think, like I would say, you're a Labrador puppy, and I think you are just fine. So you might want to stay away from all the psychedelics. Guy, what brought you to the psychedelic life path, or what makes you think, okay, this is kind of the journey that I want to go on?
Yeah, so I've been anti-drug most of my life. Honestly, like smoking weed, mushroom, nothing, just alcohol, because it's legal. I guess that's the reason why I say I think it's okay. But yeah, no, in my 30s, I was introduced to mushrooms, and I said, okay, I'll try it. And I had some good experiences, and it made me feel better about myself. But after the fire, I mean, I was put on all these antidepressants and sleeping pills and just a big variety of medicine, and it was just making my life far worse. And because I had experience with psychedelics, and I was hearing about the research and the studies that were going on about how it can help with mental health and stuff, I kind of decided to self-medicate, I guess, because you can't really have easy access to these, and it's illegal, and you can't really get a prescription. So you gotta have like your hookups and kind of go online and try to figure things out yourself. So that's what I did, and I personally had I had success. I had good results, and now I'm trying to kind of learn the science behind it, and actually, like I said, learn the science and not just talk about my personal experiences.
Okay, let's go back to the shrooms. Are you the guy that has like someone you call Johnny on the line, and all of a sudden he brings you some shrooms? Or are you the guy that's going through like cow patties and going under them? Because don't you find shrooms that are like cow crap?
Yeah, you can. I hear it's really common in Florida. Like farmers have to shoo away kids all the time because they're going through their fields picking mushrooms. For me, it was more like I knew a guy who knew a guy, and it was really weird. This is my first drug deal, I guess you want to call it. I pulled up next to a park somewhere, and the guy pulls up behind me, and he walks into my vehicle through the passenger door, and he puts the Burger King bag, in my cup holder, and I just give him the money, and that was like the weird interaction that happened. But yeah, that now you can just buy them online. So
wait, it's illegal, but you can still buy it online?
Yeah, it's not a highly regulated thing. It's one of those things they don't really enforce, I guess.
And with mushrooms, do you eat them? Do you snort them? Do you sniff them? What the hell, do you smoke them?
I mean, you could probably smoke them. It wouldn't be too good for you. But no, usually what I do is I ground them up and I make capsules just because I don't like the taste and I find it's easier to take them that way. But you could just eat them. You can make tea. You can throw them in your food. It's quite lots of things you could do.
Man, you like mushrooms?
I actually don't even like them on food. No.
I think I'd have to choose something else. What else can you heal yourself with? Now, are you taking any medicine, like real, like quote unquote real medicine? Like, do you take Tylenol, Advil, Robitussin? I mean,
if I have a sore back, I'll take Robax or Advil and things like that. But I still take prescription medication if doctors recommend it and I feel I need it. But when it came to the mental health stuff, like certain drugs I did, like Abilify and things like that, it just made my depression and my stress like worse. So I stay
And
away from those.
how fast was this comeback once you stopped doing all the, like the antidepressants and sleeping pills? How fast was it? Did you notice in your body like, holy Jesus, I feel a lot better now?
Yeah, I noticed it almost right away. Like the Abilify stuff, I would go to work and just stare at the clock, and an hour would go by, and I'd still be staring at that clock. Like it was ridiculous. So,
And that was the prescribed one. That was the bad one.
that was the worst one that I remember. Yeah.
So it just put you in like a zombie state.
Yeah, just numb. You just don't care. You don't feel anything, and you're just kind of cruising through life. Yeah.
On hand, you take any pain pills? I mean, you're still
No,
young.
I don't. Yeah, still young. These knees still got a few miles on them.
All right, that's good. That's good to know. What do you mean, Guy, when you say you want to be an aspiring healer? I mean, is that just a term that you can give yourself, or do you have to do schooling, or what is it? Or are you just going to test run everything on yourself?
Yeah, no. So I used to also be an aspiring community leader, aspiring speaker, aspiring this, aspiring that. And, you know, as I kind of transformed through my journey, I started to take the aspiring out of my title. So now I'm a community leader. And I decided that when I started working with the nonprofit organization, The Venue in my town. And as far as the speaker, you know, when I started doing videos for NGBN, I said, okay, well, I'm not aspiring to be a speaker anymore. I am speaking. So as far as the healer part, yeah, I want to learn more about healing methods, whether like all sorts, whether it be through counseling or sound therapy or psychedelic therapy or aromatherapy, whatever. Like I don't have the full picture in my head yet. All I know is that, you know, down the road, I want to be able to help people, support people, heal people. And I feel that that's part of my healing journey. Like I know I need healing. I know that others need healing. And I just want to be able to provide that to people. What that looks like, I mean, I don't have the full picture yet, but I know that I just know I want to heal others. Yeah.
I think instead of getting like a white coat like doctors, you need to get like a Hugh Hefner kind of robe and put a healer on it.
Yeah.
I think that would go along with your like sensual accent that you have.
Oh, ooh, I have a sensual accent. That's the first I've ever heard that. But thank
Monaghan, don't you agree? I mean, he's got that French kind of just romantic type. He's kind of trying to woo us. I mean, he would slay it at a wedding with that accent.
Absolute soothing sounds. Yes.
You think I'd slay if I start speaking actual French? No.
Oh, I don't know. Say how did you say? I'm an aspiring healer and I want to work with Rubio and Monaghan.
Je rêve d'être un. I don't even know how to say healer in French.
Oh, come on, Nancy. This is stuff you need to know.
I know, man, but you're putting me on the spot.
That's my job.
How about I say I want to work with Monaghan and Rubio? J'aimerais vraiment travailler avec Chris Rubio et Monaghan.
Wow, that was very fast. And I think it was too fast because it took away some of the sensuality of it.
Oh, mais
can you do it a little slower? Do it one more time slower.
Oui, je peux parler vraiment lentement.
See, Monaghan.
I'm
not sure beyond here, but
is that a song?
Yeah, it's Edith Piaf.
What song is that, Monaghan?
I can't remember, but it was in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, great movie.
Yes, it's that. What's the song on the record machine at the end?
Oh, yeah. Is that when Vin Diesel gets shot?
This is what that last battle scene. One of the greatest scenes in all of cinema, really.
Lot of emotions. Monty, and speaking of that, we'll get off topic here a little bit. Too bad. Have you seen Band of Brothers?
I literally only just binged watched it for the 30th time yesterday. Yeah.
Guy, have you seen that?
No.
Okay, well, as soon as you get off of this, you're going to take a couple shrooms and you're going to watch Band of Brothers because it is absolutely phenomenal. And Monaghan, am I wrong though? That generation has been called the greatest generation several times. But after watching that, it kind of made me depressed that not only that generation has basically almost died off at this point, but if you look at kids nowadays, like there's no way they could do what those guys did. And I'm signing myself up on that. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, Kevin, people were lying saying they're 16 years or 18 years old and they're 16 just to sign up.
Yeah, and then guys that were like 18 that didn't get in because they had a bad hoof or a bad elbow or a bad headlight or something like that, then they would kill themselves.
It was bad. Yeah, it's insane. It is the greatest generation. I don't think there'll ever be one like it.
Yeah, unbelievable. So, Guy, you need to watch Band of Brothers. It's on Netflix, I believe, right now. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's 10 episodes. Each episode is probably about 90 minutes, but it's very, 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 very good. Probably one of the best overall series I've seen. It's phenomenal. And now I'm trying to watch The Pacific. I think it's basically like the sequel of it. So have you seen that one, Monaghan?
No, I haven't, but I also heard they're making another one. It's coming out in 2024.
What?
Another Band of Brothers, like with I think they're with the pilots. They're doing something with pilots. It's gonna be unreal.
Guy, write these down.
Now you got it's stacking up right now.
Okay. I got my homework, Rubio. I got Band of Brothers. Yeah.
Okay, that's all. That's what you need. Guy, I want to talk to you because I have a little complaint.
No.
You gave me some advice.
I did?
A month ago or 2 months ago.
Oh shit.
Because you put something out on your LinkedIn. Which if you don't follow Guy on LinkedIn, you need to. It's phenomenal. You gave some advice on sound. What the hell? The sound waves.
Binaural beats.
I spend a lot of time in hotels. Monaghan, I don't know if you've ever done this, but if you go onto YouTube or anything, Guy can send us some links. And you can put in certain sounds, like if you want to be active or you want to go to sleep, or you want to just be mellow, or you want to open your mind without shrooms, you can do all this and put on these certain sound waves where it almost sounds like a whale giving birth, whatever like that. And I tried it. I was in Atlanta. I was in Dallas for a camp. Had to spend the night, the extra night. Could not sleep. Guy, I put on one of your little sound things. It made my mind think more. What's the deal? Does that stuff really work, or are you lying to me?
No,
explain to us what it is.
It absolutely works. I mean, I'm not a professional here, but binaural frequency is essentially all it is you've got two tones going into each ear, because you're wearing headphones, right?
No, I just had it on my phone.
No, man, you got to wear headphones. That's the whole point.
Now you tell me.
Because it sends one frequency, like two different frequencies to each ear, and it kind of creates its own frequency, and that's where the magic happens.
So it's working on your brain?
Sure. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I just know it works.
I feel like Monaghan, is Guy just prescribing a lot of stuff and he's throwing out I'm not sure about it.
There's no science.
Well, I know it works for me. I know 100% it works for me. Now, I just don't know the research or the studies. I mean, I look it up. Now, if you want solid proof, go and look up like Huberman Labs and stuff. He talks about that stuff all the time. He's the guy you want to talk to. And
Guy, have you ever done this sound wave technology when you weren't on shrooms?
Yeah.
Guy, I can see you smiling right now.
Yeah,
I want to know if the factor is the shrooms has to be done with the sound wave technology.
No. I use binaural beats all the time in the focus. Let's say I want to work on like typing up an article for LinkedIn and I'm just distracted because there's noise upstairs or maybe my brain won't shut down. Boop, put on the headphones and I'm just laser focused, man.
Monaghan, now that you have quote unquote a real job and you're saving the lives, what have they taught you anything about the sound wave technology? Like maybe if you were like in a stressful situation or something like that, because you're obviously going to go through a lot of stressful situations or try to talk people out of stressful situations. Have you heard about this? Have they talked about this at all?
No, not really. Mainly he's just talked to counselors and just talking to others. And there is like light therapy that they talked about too. That's pretty popular, but nothing like this.
Okay, tell me more about the light therapy, because I feel like obviously Guy is into the lights. And he's going to help us out here. What's this light therapy, Monaghan?
Man, Guy may know more than I do, but basically it's like there's light stimulus that helps with kind of creating new neurological paths in your brain that help, break down stressors and break down different stresses that you've seen. That's the very layman's. I'm sure it's a lot more depth, a lot more deeper to what that is, but that's the big one that I've heard, and I've heard a lot of success with it.
Guy, is he blowing smoke or is he?
That one I don't know anything about.
You have all those lights behind you. You don't know about light therapy?
That's because they look cool, man. It makes me feel good. That's my therapy.
It does look cool, Monaghan. I feel kind of jealous. He's got all those lights.
I know. I'm not even at my house right now. I'm jealous. So the internet went out of my. I'm at a Lifetime gym right now.
Are you really?
Yeah, in like a conference room. Yeah, the internet in my house is going down. So little did you guys know, the kid was stressing before this show.
Well, that's a nice little spot, man. I like the wallpaper.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, out of the three of us, you do have the worst setup, but I think it still looks great.
24/7. I feel like my setup just has gone just downhill.
And you're the tech guy. Guy, where can people find out more about you, your podcast, your healing?
Well, I'm mainly on LinkedIn right now, also on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, but I'm not as active on those platforms. And my podcast can be found on YouTube and ngbn.tv. And as far as my healing, well, I'm still on my journey. I want to become a healer, right? I'm still aspiring. So yeah, I mean, I'm always looking up new things, and I share what I discover on LinkedIn. So you can always find things on there.
The last thing, I want you to give both of us a bit of advice when we get through a rough time. Monahan's going to go through his rough times. He's got a 2-year-old. Monahan, your kid's not 2 yet, is he?
Oh, he's 17 months, so almost.
Monahan, don't be the guy that does 17 months. How old is that? Jesus.
1.5.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Okay, Monahan, you knew I was going to call you out on that. For the love of God. Yeah, I'm 837 months old. Okay, so he's a year and a half old. He's going to go through stress because he's going to do the terrible twos. Which Monahan, by the way, terrible twos are not bad. It's the threes.
I heard 3 is brutal.
3 is really bad. Okay, Guy can tell you as well because he's got 2 girls too. Bless your heart, Guy. I don't know how he does this.
Teenage girls.
Yeah.
Hey, bless your heart. Now I know why you're doing the shrooms. Good God. You got to do double dose, man. Okay, so what advice could you give us? Because you've gone through some turmoil. I want you to leave us with some great bit of advice of when we're going to go through a struggle.
Yeah, for me, it's just, when you're feeling down, it's a fleeting moment. You're not going to always feel down. Things are always going to get better. So don't make hasty choices or decisions when you're feeling in the crapper, and just keep chasing your dreams. Have that, vision of what you want to accomplish and keep chasing it. Don't let go and never stop.
I love that. Monahan, I'm going to put you on the spot. I want you to give Guy one bit of advice to get him off the aspiring kick and just the I'm doing it kick.
Yeah, dude, you are who you are, man. Go for it, right? Like it sounds like you've done your research. You're no longer aspiring, man. You're out there doing it. So you are you.
I guess I was going to say, I guess my first homework is going to be to learn how to say healer in French, and then learn more about French therapy. And yeah, I got some homework to do.
Absolutely. Guy, it was wonderful having you on. We are going to come back with the bottom line. Monahan, we're going to say goodbye to you. You need to go save some lives in Minneapolis. Chastity, I'm out.
You have been watching The Rubio Method, a show on the NGBN.TV network.
Focus up. I'm talking to you, Chevy and Nasty on the ride. Another great show on the NGBN.TV network. Every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Pacific time, they do it live. It is absolutely phenomenal. They're both big Canadian strong football players. They talk a lot about food, which I wish they'd talk more about it, except poutine, because poutine is trash. I fight everyone on that issue. I don't care. Welcome back to episode 46 of The Rubio Method. My name is obviously Chris Rubio. Thanks for watching on ngbn.tv, therubiomethod.com, Apple, YouTube, Spotify, Google, and Amazon. If you have any questions, you can always email rubio@therubiomethod.com. Let's get to the bottom line. The bottom line for all you new watchers and listeners is just the stuff you should have learned without even realizing you learned it. All right, number 1, over the next month, count to 3, then let it rain. Over the next month, count to 3 and let it rain. This goes to the tips Monahan had. Remember, portion control, go slow, eat at breakfast, don't eat like I would. All great tips. Let's be in this together over this next month, because you've got a lot of eating, a lot of football, a lot of family time in the next 30 days. So it could be kind of rough here. Number 2, lists help everyone out, even if they don't think so. This goes back to the Christmas list. Those people that don't want to make lists, they're lying. They really do, because they don't want a bad gift. Okay, you're thinking, oh, Christmas is not about the gifts. I get it. Okay, don't yell at me. But still, you're end up getting a gift or giving a gift. Get and give the one that everyone wants. Make it easy on yourself. So Christmas list, I'm in. And number 3, as Dory said, just keep swimming. Okay, when we're talking to Guy, he had all those major things. I mean, divorce, custody battle, breaking off an engagement, house burns down in the bush or fire, forest, whatever. Canadian for forest, I guess, is bush. And he just kept on going. Whether the inspiration from his 2 daughters, or he just wanted to keep on moving and stop becoming an aspiring something and just doing it. So shout out to Guy. Thank you for watching and listening. This was episode 46 of the Rubio Method. Her name is Chastity. I'm out.
NGBN TV, a network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, coming January 2024.